everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Library of Ruina. Where in the last episode we had some close calls dealing with both the abnormality we had to face in the episode, the teddy bear, as well as the Zwei organization, and had some close calls or so. But I managed to pull through partly because the game gave me second chances that I didn't even know I had or so, like being able to one group of characters got defeated, so I was able to, the game was generous enough to allow me to pull like a second group of characters to finish what the first group started, which was again very generous as a game that I wasn't expecting, so I thought I was going to be defeated. But still, in this episode we're going to be facing the all-around helper, and one comment in particular was asking if I was willing to predict future abnormalities as they come up before we look at them, and that's something we could try to doing or so, because the thing about that is that there's so many of them that it's actually kind of hard to do that. Well, not in the sense of guessing, but in the sense of guessing and being right. It's hard to actually be right because there's so many. But yeah, it's something we could do. Like, so far we've been noticing a pattern of like the abnormalities being the lower tiered ones or so. We haven't faced any particularly strong ones. Well, a few of them kicked my ass before, but you know. Oh, you know what I mean, like, still, like, for some reason, like, what was that one abnormality, the little, what was it, the little tool abnormality that, like, risked making people insane or something? Hold on. Hold on, give me a second, I'm looking it up, like, because it bugs me. I played the game, but there's so many abnormalities I can't remember all of them. It's one of the tool abnormalities. I think it was like an equitable one, something that like if you wore too long or something, like, it drives your character insane or something. Dimensional refraction variant. I wouldn't be surprised if we face that abnormality or sensor. I think that's what I'm thinking of, behavior adjustment. I wouldn't be surprised if that came up soon. But anyway, let's get into this. I've adjusted my characters before we went into the match, so. Oh, I know the little guy would spin around like crazy before flopping on the floor. I think I made the right call equipping him with two. Okay, let's see what. So 2 and then second 2. All 5. 3 5s in a row. Let's see how this goes. Violent. Wow! Just completely wrecked him. Oh, they're going into the attack. Metallic ringing. I'll give it to you because I gave them. Okay. I guess they just killed off the third one? I could have sworn I saw it with 1 HP left. I thought I was going to have to take an extra turn to just deal with that. Your book delivery is here. Tidied up my clothes in advance this time, too. Oh, greetings. It's Agatha's lapdog. Come on, still at it with that? The books you brought me last time were interesting, to say the least. I learned that the technologies employed in the backstreets were interwoven in a disorderly manner. From crude equipment made of junk to clothes woven from antimatter, all kinds of technology at various levels of advancements can be seen. There's cutting-edge tech out there, but only a few get to benefit from it. I assume wealth is the determining factor. We're in an era where rich people don't have to worry about any disease. We have all sorts of cures now too, granted you have to have the cash to buy them. And then we have people playing God with those technologies called singularities. What was Lobotomy Corp's singularity, by the way? The corp's gone now anyway, so no one's going to sue us for spilling the beans. Aren't you shameless? I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you. Hey, stop treating me like an idiot. I'm not that stupid, you know? I'm not stupid, I'm just obtuse. The Lobotomy Corporation in singularity was physically manifesting the human mind, an abstract concept. Converting human emotions to physical energy in the same vein as the library. The human emotions that they were converting were probably made from the human employees that they were constantly sending to work on the abnormalities. Right? Human emotions can be interpreted as complex mass. That mass is built up through experiences. When emotions are heightened enough, a page will be chosen. A spot is reserved for a person's book. It is a comprehensive manifestation of their ego. Is that why emotion is a game mechanic and why heightening it is important? As the battle becomes fiercer and the combatants get agitated, the egos will grow intense and allow their mental state to be physically expressed. Physically manifesting the mind, huh? Certainly seems similar to the distortion. What did you just say? Oh, nothing. Just been a monologue. Anyway, that sure sounds like a singularity, alright. Impressive indeed. You know, makes me wonder. Malika said you guys were part of a project that aimed to save humanity, right? That is true. What kind of saving was that all about, really? Make money rain from the sky or something? That'd save everyone for sure. It can't be compared to such ridiculous nonsense. Not to mention that if we take what he said literally, and just like spread money around, that would devalue the currency and just crash the economy, thus negating the whole point of giving money out. Like, what's the point of like spreading the money if you're going to devalue the currency so much? That's going to take like 5 wheelbarrows full of cash to buy a single roll of toilet paper. Anyway, and you have no right to talk so lightly about the sacrifices we've made. Whoa, alright, calm down. Sheesh, can't even crack a joke around here. We sought to cure the mind. Carmen was the leader of a research team. She said every person in the city had a diseased mind, and that the disease was so severe humanity could only lead itself to self-destruction at this rate. She described the situation as no better than lemmings willingly jumping into a pit of fire. What? She smells a lot like a shady cult leader according to my tingling fixer sense. That's kind of weird. Like, we know Roland has no experience or contact with Carmen, so he doesn't know her like all the other characters know her. But at this point, maybe it's because of that, this is the first time we've ever heard anything negative spoken about her. Because in Lobotomy Corp, everyone had nothing but the highest praises to speak about how great of a person she was before she died. This is, to my memory at least, to my knowledge, this is the first time I've seen anyone speak any negative word against her. And everyone agreed to what she said just like that? And now you're taking me for a fool. Of course there were quantitative indices to scientifically prove her claim. I suppose it would be useless to describe them to you in detail. Okay, eggheads, setting that aside, did you guys succeed with that goal of saving humanity? You never cease to annoy me. If we succeeded, we wouldn't be here doing this. Oh yeah, fair point. The fact that we failed to save humanity is not what makes me upset the most. We have committed countless sins, all in the name of a single righteous purpose, saving humanity. We convinced ourselves that we had no other choice. We performed unethical experiments and knowingly drove employees to death in Lobotomy Corporation. We tolerated all those vile deeds for a greater good. But all of that is about to be for naught. What will be made of their sacrifices? All the pain me and my colleagues endure. Angela ruined it all! Fatigued already? What a shame. My employees and I are up for more. Don't be ridiculous. I'll kill you for sure this time. Bina, not even you will manage to break through our combined effort. You raise a valid concern. It is true, you and I cannot stop all of you in such a short time. You attack quickly, Angela. I was just about to do something about it. What? Aw shucks, the quip deterrence is being lowered. She's overriding my authority on the system. What? The abnormalities are breaching. All Sephiroth and personnel, follow my lead. The control team will be in command now. Hakma and the architecture team, please stop Angela from taking over all the systems. Understood. Gabur on the disciplinary team, please keep Bina at bay. Holy crap, is this like an outright civil war going on at Lobotomy Corporation? Like Angela and Bina Versus no, Angela and Vina versus is the entire rest of the Sephiroth? Sephiroth? You bet. Leave this to me. And I still see she's even in her, or even in this different state, she still has her iconic weapon, which comes from nobody there. Pod and the training team. Provide the employees with the right manual and information. Attention to all employees. This is the Type X emergency protocol. Please act accordingly to the following instructions. Nezak and the safety team, please focus on treating the wounded. Alright, I'll take care of them as quickly as I can. Yes, that in the information team, please identify the weaknesses of the escaping abnormalities right away. I will analyze them with the utmost precision. Chesed and the welfare team, please work on restoring the turns as soon as possible. Will do. This one is my fault after all. I'm actually kind of impressed just how thoroughly she's taking charge here. No time to feel guilty, Chesed. Teferath and the Central Command Team, please support everyone with your resources. I was going to, no need to say it. It brings me joy to see you all act in such coordination. I'm genuinely impressed with this. No trying to stop. No trying to stop us till the end. You will never understand how we desperately struggled to stop her from snuffing out our light, and the guilt we feel from compromising at the end. You're right, I won't. All I care about is helping Angela. I want her to achieve her goal, you know? Again, does this go back to he's only helping because he's aware or that he doesn't really have a choice, so he's just going along with it? Because I believe that's what he pointed out before. So you simply want the results, whatever the process may entail. You're no different from Angela that only care about your own well-being. You're despicable. A typical example of an inhabitant of the city suffering from the disease of the mind. You use the technologies the city has to offer you for your immediate convenience, not knowing or caring about the sacrifices those technologies are built upon. Not knowing that you bring about your own demise. Oh, so that's the whole disease mind thing was about? I should value the process more than the result? Ha! You were a bunch of dreamers and snobs all along. I bet you're from one of the nests. Look, I know better than anyone about the price of those technologies and singularities. Diseased mind my ass. And your point about people using singularities without knowing how they really work? That's because they literally have no other option. The corporates have concealed so much the consumers eventually gave up inquiring. Because they're tired, they're already too busy sustaining their everyday life. Fears that I'm not getting through to you. Oh, what a coincidence. I was thinking the same thing too. No matter what you say, I do not turn a blind eye to this reality nor conform to it. Okay, so recharge. If the librarian has maximum light at the start of a scene, haste 1 to 2, gain 1 to 2 haste and deal plus 2 to 7 damage with attacks for the scene. However, the limbs were equipped with sharp instruments instead of cleaning supplies. Repetitive pattern recognition. After every 3 clash wins, restore 1 light and gain 1 to 2 haste next scene. The day I was sent to a new home for the first time, I gave them the gift they wanted so earnestly. Clean. Offensive dice gain power against enemies with slower speed, plus 1 power per point of difference, up to 3. So if you're faster than the enemy, clean allows you to deal more damage that equals to the difference, but it caps at 3. Alright, that sounds good. All these sound useful. It recognizes the bad mood of the sign the surroundings are dirty and promptly enters clean mode. Huh? What? How do I tell which is which? I'm kind of confident in that I have to do both at the end. Like, which one's which? Book of Walter. Walter, Book of Distortion, Book of Lobot. Do I have a Distortion book? Oh, I do. I had 4 Walter books and I burned 2 because... And I burned 2 just to get 2 outfits and then double the bonus little pages or whatever. But thank goodness I didn't do more than that, because if I did, I wouldn't have books for both. Oops. Alright, let's see what this is. Me. Bastards like you need some beating. Get it into your thin skull. That's enough, Gyogme. Beating them to death won't do us any good. District 22 may be our turf, and these chumps you're beating to a pulp may be from Y Section 6. We're talking about an association here. You're gonna be in even deeper trouble, or bigger trouble, if you kill them all. Walter! If only that bastard kept his promise, we wouldn't have got into this mess. We needed the floor pad of L-Corp's next. That's why, had it, we should teach these fuckers a lesson on how important it is to keep promises. Night will fall soon. We should come for... sweepers should come... I can't speak, I'm misreading things. Sweepers could come for our asses any second now. And the thumb wouldn't even contact us. We should... we shed blood gathering intel on the distortion for that bastard Walter, and this is how he repays us. Those zealots at the Church of Gears took out more than half our syndicate. Their leader was an inhuman freak, alright? We worked our asses off securing the goods from the church, and for what? If we can't hand over the floor plan of L-Corp's nest to the thumb, all that's left for us is to get purged by the thumb for failing our job. Shouldn't have made a deal with an association in the first place. At least Walter was a sensible one. Maybe something happened to him. He might have been a cunning old fart, but he was still the director of Zawai. He's Section 6. Besides, he usually had field jobs to his men. Doesn't make sense for him to die all too suddenly. Anything could happen. For fuck's sake, you really killed them all. That's one more option for us. You've done it again. Flew into a blind rage and crushed their bones and guts to a pulp. Gyogme, even if they were a bunch of small right from Section 6, killing this many of them might Section 2 or 3 to chase us down. This is why it could send an army of fixers at us now. These sons of bitches need to understand what the weight of a promise is. I hope you have a backup plan when the Zawai come to thank us for that lesson. Yeah, teaching them a lesson about keeping promises doesn't mean anything. And when they're sending an army of 5,000 goons to frickin' fill your body full of lead. Just look at this. An envelope? The rumored invitation to that library. Hold on. Among the books of the day they listed, there's the Book of Walter? So that's what happened? You had a plan after all. What? Gog me! So you already knew that Walter died in the library and still pulverized Section 6? It's about sending a damn message! Syndicates have a tendency to kill more than they need to. Unlike fixers, they cause trouble just because they feel like it. Anyway, what were they trying to do? Getting sweepers and the thumb involved. I might know about the... Oh right, the sweepers! I remember them from Lobotomy Corp. Freaking cannibal bastards invading the place just to kill people and eat corpses. You do? Well, I guess they are infamous. I saw them tear humans to pieces and use them as fuel. I saw the word fuel and I mispronounced it as fool. I really can't read today. I can't. Are they like that in real life too? As opposed to Lobotomy Corp being fictionalized versions? What? What does that mean? Why would the guys, the sweeper guys we've seen in Lobotomy Corp not be real life versions of them? What does that mean? Sort of. One sweeper is tough as it is, but what's really scary is their organizational power. They crawl out of the woodwork every night and clean the back streets. We can't even guess how many of them there are there. No matter how many we take down, more would show up the next night. Think we can make it back in time? Isn't it a bit tight? It is, but we'll probably get back just in time. Greetings, dear guests. I am Angela, the director and librarian of my role's namesake. Scratch that. Just listen. We're in a hurry. You are rather impatient, I see. I said shut up! And let us in. Now! May you find your book in this place. Alright. Find something that's like... Three to 5. Maybe I'll go with one more 2 pages, and I'll go with 3 1 pages. Alright, I'll go with this. That's just kind of dirty. Wow. I'll give it to you. Right. Just double screw that person. Actually, right. I should start paying attention. Got you. I'm not the one. Trust me, you're not going to have to worry about your boss if you end up dead. Not unless your boss is willing to come in here, find and retrieve your corpses, and somehow find a way to revive you back to life. Then you might have something to worry about. But something tells me that's not going to be the case. Yeah, this person is not going to survive. Alright, we're going to be fighting the guys themselves, so... The guys who got in first get wrecked already? Oh, I forgot to get the other turn! Okay, so is guarantee 3 on all his attacks except for the second one, which is 2. That's not even fair. The other person that I didn't target gets to move before I do. Thus, it's like staggering me in one single hit that then proceeds to staggering me in a single hit that then leaves me completely vulnerable to the other guy killing me. Thanks. Let's try this. my favor and I'm the one committing the annihilation. Yes! Victory! Curtain call for the reception of stray dogs. Curtains closed. I keep forgetting that like the button's at the top middle of the screen. Isn't it annoying to listen to your silly chirping? To deal with the things these guests say, I mean. A lot of them don't hesitate to spout harsh words at you. I'm surprised you can withstand it all. I think it makes it a lot easier to tolerate someone's verbal abuse, is when you know that there's a good chance that the situation's going to end with them dying. So, I mean, I think it's a lot easier to take verbal abuse on the chin and just smile through it, or at least exasperatingly sigh at it, when you can get your revenge by killing them. They're our precious guests we invited, so it's only fair to treat them as such. Besides, I'm already used to keeping others pleased in conversation. I envy that professionalism of yours. Maybe you should give a lecture on hospitality to other restaurant owners in the back streets someday. They could really learn a thing or two from you. You know, when they're not committing cannibalism or something like that. But still, it'll probably be a lot easier on you to be more flexible with greeting guests rather than sticking to the same polite attitude. I'll take note of that. Alright, I think I'm going to end things here. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Personally, I've never been the biggest fan of card-based games or so like this, so I've never been really getting into like stuff like Pokemon card, or it's as fun as they are to collect, or Yu-Gi-Oh cards, or I tried getting into it, but I could never really get into playing Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, because like I've never been into like the whole card-based gameplay that much, let alone doing like what Kingdom Hearts does and like makes it like real-time action combined with the card-based gameplay. Like, at least with games like Library of Ruina, it makes the entire thing turn-based, so you can sit down and think about things as you go along, as opposed to like when Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memory does it, it's like real-time action, so you're running around dodging attacks in real time while trying to search your little deck for using the right card or putting together the right combinations of cards to make a bigger attack or something like that. Or so, and like, you gotta search your deck in real time while you're running around the field dodging attacks, and I don't know, like, what anyone else thinks about it, let alone if anyone else has played it, but I'm not so sure about that. It's just weird. But anyway, so at least the Library of Ruina has turn-based combat going for it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Comments are always appreciated down below. And until next time, I will see you guys around.